I'm going to change the pads, front pads on this Tipo. Let's see how long that takes. So first of all, I bought some Brembo pads, good quality pads. If you're doing it yourself, no point saving money on some cheap jack pads. Get Ferodo or Brembo, something like that. You need pads, a bit of grease, a 14mm spanner, something to compress the piston with. If you're working under or by a car, put one of these supports underneath. Don't just do it on the jack. And of course a jack. Now the Tipo, I never find it very easy to jack. And what I'm going to do, I don't know if you can see this, but if you look under the car here, there's this cross member which is pretty solid. I'm going to jack on that. So I'll look at that. But the first thing I want to do, remember you need to loosen off the nuts before you start jacking or you won't get the wheel off. So screwdriver, just lever that off, and then just slacken the nuts a little bit. Not too bad. So these will come off easily once I jack. Car jacked up. Remember to put the rear brake on before you do anything, otherwise your car can roll off the jack. And I've actually got it in gear as well. We'll take the nuts off. This is a summer tyre. I'm quite surprised, only took what 35,000 out of the pads, but we live in the Alps here, so it's and it's a fairly heavy car, heavier than my Toyota I had. Now what we want to do is put something under the car to support it, in addition to the jack. So you've got two supports. I'm not going to work under the car anyway. And then with a 14mm, there's a nut here I've seen, and oh, that was pretty easy. That's good. Not too easy, but easy enough. Put that there, and then I think if this is like the Panda, look at that. That's pretty straightforward. And I think what's quite good is to have a little bit of coat hanger here where you can support that. But here we go, a stick, not quite so elegant. And then these are the pads. Be careful not to contaminate the discs with grease. And you can see that's really on the limit there. So those definitely need changing. Now my dad-in-law has a BMW and he tells me he never brakes. Well, he starts off and then he drives everywhere incredibly smoothly and brakes just when he comes to his destination. And he says he's got 200,000 kilometres on his disc pads. Maybe he's forgotten that he's changed them at some point. Maybe not. It's not too good. Just, and that's the other pad. We'll see. Yeah, they're not great on this side. Okay. And these are the pads that go on. As you can see, it's a pretty easy job. Just brush any dirt out of there. And then I could put some copper grease on these metal bits, but I'm not sure it makes a big difference. And then the one with the indicator, the wear indicator, goes on the back. And that's a bit tricky to get in. It helps to have a bit of light. And better not to do this in the middle of winter. There we go. That's on that side. That's on that side. Now I need to compress the pistons. Should use this little thing to do. Slowly going back in, it takes quite a bit of force. I think that should be good. And then no, not quite. That should be all the way back in now. So just move that down there. And ready to put the nut back on. So it's a pretty easy job on this car. It saves you, it depends whether you mind getting your hands dirty or not. I don't think it costs a fortune to get it done at the garage either. There's probably an accurate torque setting for this nut, but that should do. Okay, so there we've got it. Right, it's on in gear, so that won't spin. Just need to put the winter tyre on now. Finished.